Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about War of the Worlds, and this movie came out in 2005 and it's directed by Steven Spielberg and it stars Tom Cruise. And unfortunately I didn't like this movie very much, and I like Tom Cruise in it, and there's nothing really to complain about when it comes to the performances. Some of the special effects looked pretty cool. And I kind of liked the design of the alien ships in this movie. It was well directed overall, and that's about it. And what really let me down about this movie is that I don't care about any of the characters in this movie. And Tom Cruise's character, he's pretty unlikable, to be honest. And at the beginning of the movie, he just doesn't really care all that much about his family, and that's kind of intentional because it's to show that he's divorced and he has kids, and he's like, just order food and that's what you're gonna get. And he kind of blames everyone else for his problems. And the only thing he really cares about is protecting his kids, and that's literally his character. And as the movie goes along, the movie kind of pretends that he's gotten better at being a father, and he's learned a few things, and I guess to some extent he has, but I just don't buy the fact that he's grown and he's a changed man now. And overall I just found him to be kind of irritating throughout the entire film, and the rest of the characters are fine. They don't really have much to them, and I found this movie to be pretty dull throughout, and I just didn't care about what was going on. Mostly because of the characters, like I said already, but this movie is also very repetitive. It's just running away from aliens, and I get that that's the point. It's not really about the action, and that's made clear, but it doesn't really develop the aliens all too much. And when I think about a movie where characters are running away from a big threat, I'm not going to be thinking about War of the Worlds. I'm thinking about Cloverfield, maybe, because it uses the found footage element in that movie to its advantage, and it's we're watching the perspective of people who are actually going through this event. It does feel like it's taking place over the course of 12 hours or however long the movie goes on for. But and also something that helped out that movie is that the monster was actually a threat. And whenever our characters were being chased, it was exciting because you did feel as though there was a threat. And it wasn't a threat in every single scene of the movie, but when it's not those scenes, it's still entertaining because it's nice and short and it doesn't really waste a whole lot of time. And it kind of just goes to where it's going to immediately, and it just goes with what it wants to be. And that's why I feel as though that movie succeeded, and this movie doesn't really succeed at doing that. It's kind of oh, we're focusing on characters now. We're focusing on our characters just running away from aliens, and now they're hiding. Now they're running away again, and now it's that, but times 5 times. And it's just the same thing over and over again, and I was not really into it that much because of that. And I didn't think the music was memorable at all, and there was just nothing that connected with me, and because of that, there's nothing to this movie. If nothing connects with you, then I guess that kind of speaks for itself. And when I finished watching the movie, I thought to myself, overall, it was all right, but by the end of everything, what was I supposed to really take away from it? There's basically nothing, and I was just wanting more and something that stood out and was special, and this movie didn't have that. I also didn't really enjoy the look of the movie. It had this weird glow to it, like a lot of Steven Spielberg movies had at that time. It's really bad in Saving Private Ryan and Minority Report and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There's this weird glowing that he gives to his movies, and I don't understand why he did that, because it just makes the movie look worse. And at the very least, this is probably the best movie that has that issue, because most of the movie takes place at night. So at least it has that going for it. But when it's during the day, and you see all this glowing, and there's parts that are overexposed. It's just really annoying, and I just can't help but think, like, why did you do that? It looks worse now. It looks worse than if it were just bland. It was just a really weird decision to me. And to top it all off, I thought the third act was really stupid, and things just didn't make any sense, and it left me with a bunch of unanswered questions, and I was pretty irritated. And there's also some narration in this movie at the very beginning and at the very end of the movie, and I thought it added nothing to the film. And that's about all I have to say about War of the Worlds. It's not very good. It's not a movie for me. I didn't care about what was going on. It was very repetitive. I didn't like the weird glow that was constant throughout the film, and when it was in daytime. At nighttime, it was fine, but when it happened, it was really annoying. I wasn't scared by anything. I didn't feel as though our characters were in danger. I didn't like the story. And with all that being said, I'm going to give War of the Worlds a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of War of the Worlds, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Texas Chainsaw 3D. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.